What's going on, my fellow film fanatics, and welcome back to Top 10 Beyond the Screen. I'm your host, Johnny Rogers, and if you happen to be new here, we cover all things television, movies, and anything beyond the screen. So tap that subscribe button to join our notification squad, and make sure you stay all the way until the end of this video because I'll be reading out some of your comments from previous videos. Now without any further delay, let's get right into our list of the top 10 celebrities who became homeless part 2. In at number 10, John Drew Barrymore. The son of the famous actor John Barrymore, as well as the father to Drew Barrymore, didn't exactly have the best life. Throughout his career as an actor, he was always being compared to the famous celebrities within his family tree. It probably also didn't help that his name is essentially a combination of both of their names. After struggling to book major roles, John eventually gave up on acting, but this didn't mean that he had a direction or new career path. Barrymore essentially became a homeless drifter. As his daughter was finding massive success in Hollywood, John would disappear and then end up in jail for either drug abuse or public intoxication. Sadly, he passed away from cancer in 2004. In at number 9, Debbie Clark. Also known by the name Storm, this celebrity was once a super athlete on the show American Gladiators back when he was big in the late 80s and early 90s. The show would pit various athletic contenders against one another in a series of physical competitions. Storm had performed on the show for 3 years before suffering a brutal injury that would ultimately end her career as a gladiator. For years following her moment in the sun, Clark would go from job to job. She tried working as a personal trainer, a chef, and even dabbled with country music. Although after years of career changes combined with the fact that she receives no royalty checks from the show, Debbie ended up on the streets. Reportedly, she has been living on the streets of San Diego with her son. In at number 8, Natasha Lyonne. Natasha had her breakthrough moment in acting at the age of 7 when she became a regular on the show Pee-wee's Playhouse. Following that, in her late teens, Lyonne was booking acting jobs at an enormous pace. Her biggest role though was when she booked the movie American Pie. For a while after that though, Natasha was in a dark place. First, she was arrested for drunk driving, then reports started coming out that the star was homeless. Additionally, she had been hospitalized with some very serious health issues that included hepatitis C, a heart infection, a collapsed lung, and methadone treatment, something that's typically used for only people that are addicted to heroin. Thankfully, she has made a comeback with her role in Orange is the New Black, but we can only hope that this harmful pattern of behavior is done for good. In at number 7, Ted Hawkins. Most of the celebrities on this list are riches to rags stories, but for Ted Hawkins, he went from homeless to famous and then back to being homeless. Ted was born and lived in Mississippi for the majority of his life, and at an early age he had some run-ins with the law and was even arrested and sent to prison at 15 years old. Once getting out of jail, he lived as a hobo traveling by train up and down the East Coast. Eventually he found his way to Los Angeles because he assumed being homeless in a warmer climate would be better. Ted loved music, and whatever little money that he made was from playing his guitar on the streets. It was there where he was discovered by a record producer who was able to help Ted make his first and only studio album. Before he passed away in 1995, Ted was able to live out his dream of playing music around the world. In at number 6, Anthony Ciccone. Beginning his professional career as an actor in TV and film before moving into a career behind the camera, he was primarily recognized for being Madonna's brother. He soon was thrusted back into the spotlight in 2013 when he was arrested and charged with felony resisting and obstructing a police officer. Anthony had been living on the streets of Michigan, the city where he and his sister once grew up. However, while Madonna has the key to the city, Anthony doesn't even have keys to a home. He also seems very resistant to any help from his sister. There are several videos online of people recognizing the star's brother on the streets and asking what he thinks about his uber famous sister.
I don't talk to my sister much. I don't pay much attention to her music. We're not really buddies.
In at number 5, Fantasia. After winning the 3rd season of American Idol, Fantasia Barrino was set up to have a fantastic career in the music industry. Her first album, called Free Yourself, even received 3 Grammy nominations. However, by 2009, her $1.1 million home in North Carolina was being auctioned off to repay her massive debts. After defaulting on a $58,000 loan from Broward Energy Management, Fantasia was forced to give up everything. While promoting her VH1 reality series Fantasia for Real in 2010, she was asked about rumors by CNN surrounding Simon Cowell coming in to bail her out. She did not outright deny that she required help from the American Idol creator, but instead she urged people to watch the show to find out. So yeah, he definitely helped her out. In at number 4, Ed McMahon. This comedian and former sidekick to Johnny Carson built a wonderful career for himself in entertainment. He was well known for gifting millions in sweepstake prizes, but in 2008, Ed started to be the one that needed the money. Lenders started going after him after he missed several payments on his $4.8 million home loan that totaled nearly $700,000. During an interview with Larry King, he was asked how he went broke, for which Ed replied, "Well, if you spend more money than you make, you know what happens." A couple divorces thrown in, in, a few things like that. You want everything to be perfect, but that combination of the economy, I have a little injury, I have a situation, and it all came together. Or it all came undone. In at number 3, MC Hammer. Apparently telling the government you can't touch this when they ask you to pay taxes is the wrong thing to do. In 1990, Forbes magazine estimated the rapper was worth a whopping $33 million. Reportedly, he had owed the IRS nearly $800,000 in back taxes. Plus, he was also spending his fortune at an enormous pace. He had a staff of 200 people that cost him a staggering $500,000 a month just to keep. Plus, he decided to splurge on a custom mansion that would end up totaling $30 million. After being plagued by lawsuits, the Hammer ended up filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and during an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, he said, "It's time to close out old business and stop being the lottery for people who see MC Hammer as this big celebrity with a bottomless pit of dreams for people." God damn. Imagine you start feeling like the lottery? It's only a matter of time before you file for bankruptcy. In at number 2, Toni Braxton. Even though Toni had sold more than 40 million records, a shady business deal resulted in her receiving a measly $2,000 in royalties. After various financial woes, medical bills, and chronic health issues, Braxton was forced to file for bankruptcy in 1998. A source told Star magazine that Toni was so broke she couldn't even come up with her rent money. This insider also said that she's definitely at rock bottom and that she's so desperate for money that she's hoping to write a tell-all book about her life that she can get an early advance for. It seems like health issues really did play a major role in her unfortunate downfall. In 2008, she was forced to cancel her Las Vegas shows due to ongoing health issues, forcing her into bankruptcy again. She was able to make a kind of small comeback, but then by 2010, she was filing again for business and personal bankruptcy. Last but not least, in our number 1 spot, Wayne Newton. With a few big hits in the 1960s and growing his fame as a Las Vegas lounge singer, the most this celebrity earned was in 1983. However, by the time that we rolled around to 1992, Wayne Newton was going bankrupt and was $20 million in debt. The self-proclaimed Mr. Las Vegas was able to work himself out of debt, but the financial issues didn't end there. In 2005, he was sued by the IRS for failing to pay $1.8 million on the sale of his house. Additionally, his 40-acre property was seized in 2010 after he once again wasn't able to pay off the $3.35 million loan that he had taken on to purchase it. In order to pay off the debt, Newton was forced to turn his home into a public tourist attraction. Kinda humiliating, but hey, he should have saved his money better. With that, let's check out some of your comments from the video titled Top 10 Most Awkward Celebrity Interviews. James Frazier says, "Well, Johnny, I gotta say those actors have lots of self-control, because if I had been in any of those interviews, I would have punched the reporter in the face." Yeah, most of them did a remarkable job of just composing themselves. I would hope I would have the same restraint. M says, "Hey Johnny, what's your favorite food?" Bacon. That's why I'm the bacon overlord. Get with the program, M. Carmen Dilshard says, "Number 4, hey, what's up Johnny? I love you hosting, you are definitely real." What's up Carmen? Appreciate the kind words, and I definitely am 100% real. He said, hopefully. Kel says the interviewer's name was not Krishnan Guru Murphy, it was Martin Bashir. He was most famous for his interview with Michael Jackson. He's a British journalist, still love you though, you're funny. One of them definitely was Krishnan, but you're definitely right. I just looked quickly and assumed that the other one in the other disastrous interview was also him, but my bad. I probably would have been closer saying it was Justin Trudeau. Hydrolito says, "Jim Carrey, and when you pronounced it, you said this sound of R twice." That's how you... It's Jim Carrey. Are you saying that I have to pronounce it Jim Carrey? Because I doubt that you're right with that. I doubt that very much. And that has been the Top 10 Celebrities Who Became Homeless Part 2. Thank you for watching Top 10 Beyond the Screen, and thank you to our editors for making me look so good. If you enjoyed this video, then show us some love here by tapping that like and subscribe button. Also, make sure you give us a follow on Instagram for tons of behind the scenes content. Links for that will be in the description below. And please leave us a comment with your thoughts on this video. Plus, for more videos like this one, to get me to stop blabbering, just tap that playlist when it pops up. From Top 10 Beyond the Screen, my name is Johnny Rogers, saying until next time, stay classy. He had a staff of 200 people that cost him a staggering $500,000. Even though Toni had sold more than 40 million records, a shady business deal resulted in her receiving a measly $2,000. With a few big hits in the 1960s and growing his fame as a Las Vegas lounge singer, the most this celebrity earned, okay. Rolled around to 1992, Wayne Newton was going bankrupt and was $20 million in debt. Mr. Las Vegas himself was able to work him